This is a collection of all the words I can't say to you. Hi, how are you? I know we're not talking right now, but I miss you, but I miss you, but I miss you. Hi. I know we weren't best friends. I thought I was too cool for you. Stupid kids. We were stupid kids, but I'm glad we were young together. Are we still young together? Will you always be young with me? This is a collection of all the words I can't say to you. Hi. The weather's pretty crazy right now, hey? How is it where you are? I never really thought my life was big enough for you. I'm still in love with you. I know I'm supposed to believe that one day I won't be. As if time is an enzyme, break it down, breaking down in the park. I almost rushed into the dark that night. Your FaceTime may have saved my life. Time to face facts. And the fact to face is that funerals and panic attacks are two things that aren't meant to be FaceTimed into, so I'm sorry about that. Hi. How are you? Remember when we had our own band? Ramsfied mist, your basement safe haven, pace of drumbeat, keeping hearts in time, face, clock hands, running out the back door to the trampoline, up and down, fucking around. Carefree kids can't crash cars, can't drive cars, kids can't crash cars, kids don't drive cars, kids don't take crash courses on coming too quickly around corners in cars that carry countless consequences. Kids don't crash cars, kids stay kids until they're old, and then they can crash if they need. This is a collection of words. This is not you, this is all me. This is typical romantic idealization, like I learned how to play all of your favorite songs on the guitar and now they're my favorite songs, so I can't hear them and not think of you, of her, of him, of Oceans was her, Stone was you, Lua was her, Sweater Song you, the one I remember most vividly. It was called It's Only Life. I want to tell you that it's only life. I want you to tell me that it's only life. I want to believe you, but I can already feel the enzyme breaking you down, fading face harder to recall every day, morphing into a vague sense of pain to be articulated as vibration of strings, with no drum beat to give them meaning, and no voice, and no screaming, no crying, just nothing. I'm sorry I didn't write more poems about you. I'm sorry that this isn't two separate poems. I'm sorry that you were my support system. I'm sorry that it didn't work out. I'm sorry that I only saw you once last summer. I'm sorry that I wasn't available. I'm sorry that I'm starting to move on. I'm sorry that this collection of words exists, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. Thank you. Gone are the dark days of secretly scrawled stanzas. Nowadays, my poetry walks around in broad daylight, measures itself against the sky, leaving lightly drawn lines in the clouds, and the inches up there cover miles on the ground, making shadows where the markings line up with my eyes. I do proclaim that the very next time that I open my mouth and the syllables simply come tumbling out, the celestial sound of the sirens shall call to the sailors impaling themselves on the wall or the roof of the rocky inside of my jaw, making room for the aliens, building a gun with invasive intentions of puncturing gums, calculating height by width, area 51, so my diaphragm delivers a deepening drone as the extraterrestrials try to phone home, but the cell service sucks for my cerebral cell tower, out of sync with the satellites, sending signals much louder than stereo, silenced by dials turned down as static emphatically fractures the town, and hi-hats and basses and eardrums I'll pound with layers of phaser on tasers of sound. I am stunned by the height, by width, by length, volume of the high-capacity rhapsody that casually captured me by the tip of my tongue, the same tongue that spun yards of yellow yarn until it all came undone, and the ball that once was a new sun had become, with circumference somewhere from 0 to none, and the words had inverted the space in my lungs, causing wormhole dilations in space and in time, and you'll find that the thrusters can't muster the power to race with the pace of the phrases per hour. The shockwave resulting from verses of truth will encompass the earth and encourage the use of a dialect epicentrifugal, forcing the morphing of all metaphysical feeling, revealing the failing of dialogue. Meaning is meaningless. Lies are entirely viable. Therefore, when I spit a fireball, torching my taste buds and taking a triple drink Tylenol, telling you I won't be liable for any damage that's not quantifiable, I am entirely fine. With kilometers squared, taking all of the space in the place that's up there. And as long as the stardust doesn't cause me to sneeze, the aliens may stay for as long as they please. And I'll take them to my ruler, mark my words in black pencil, making sense of the meters, staying mentally gentle. For when planets are using your mouth space as rental, you'll find solar and molar coincidentally dental. And as radius radically alters diameter, my radiant rhymes may restore the parameters needed for peace between humans and animals, ecosystems, war zones, graveyards, and galaxies, or maybe my words will mean nothing at all. Maybe eyes will glaze over and patrons will yawn. Maybe formula-filled philosophical rants form a feeling for me that for others they can't. And if that is the case, and this poem blows, well, I guess I'll keep writing, because the next one, who knows? Thank you.